Welcome to episode 22 of the Radio Control Show.
Sponsored by Traxxas, the fastest name in radio control.
The motocross world is really starting to take notice of RC. Way back in episode 18, we mentioned that several MX personalities were into RC and showed off AR Racing's ARX 540 dirt bike in action. In years past, Dirty Harry's Backyard Bonanza fundraiser featured pro riders who competed with pit bikes. Jason Sams was at this year's Backyard Bonanza and got to see pro riders racing Losi, ready to run 8Ts firsthand.
What do you think, Grant? Any comments?
No, it's a lot of fun. I was saying it's kind of like racing, but not being on the bike. You know, the timing's important, the gas, the brake. These cars are very sensitive to the tilt. It's amazing how much you can control it just with you know, pushing a button. But it's tough in the sense that when you look inside on it, you know, when you turn, it's one way this way, and then when they're coming at you, it's opposite and going away. So it gets a little confusing, but you kind of get it. But because they're so powerful, they're sliding the whole time. So just trying to keep them going straight. And like I said, the timing, you over jumps, it's easy to crash. You short jump, you crash as well. So it's like anything. It's not as easy as it looks, but it's so much fun because it's kind of like racing. You know, it's like I said, you're not in the car, you're not on the bike, but it's a lot of the same kind of things. It's like a little supercross track. Yeah, the physics are the same. It's like a little supercross track confined. So it's really cool to watch all the top guys do it because I feel like I'm watching a race, like a real motocross type event. So it's kind of trippy in that sense, but it's really neat.
The P-47 Thunderbolt was one of the largest, heaviest, and most powerful single-engine fighters of World War II. It also was an excellent flyer, and badly damaged Thunderbolts brought their pilots home more than any other single-engine fighter. Well, the new Top Flight Gold Edition, almost ready to fly version, certainly lives up to its reputation. It's easy to assemble and is a great first giant-scale warbird project. Don't miss the exclusive review in the December issue of Model Airplane News.
The crawling scene is growing at an incredibly fast pace, and you can be ahead of the pack with the Getting Started and Rock Crawling book. It's brought to you by the editors of RC Car Action and has everything you need to get up and over the rocks. In fact, we're willing to bet that after reading the first chapter, you'll start looking at everything as an obstacle to climb. Getting Started in Rock Crawling is now available at rcstore.com. Here's a quick tip from the Getting Started in Rock Crawling book. When you're crawling, it's important to have a low center of gravity to keep the truck from tipping on the rocks. And you can do that by mounting everything as low as possible on the truck. Several companies make mounts so you can mount your servos, speed controls, and batteries to the axles, and that's its lowest point.
You've got to hear the awesome power of this RC helicopter to believe it. In this clip, Dave Hollins is flying his CH-53 turbine-powered heli at the UK Midland Helicopters Fly-In. Built from a Vario kit, the model uses a single JetCat turbine engine and has a rotor span of 78 inches. This is seriously the ultimate scale machine.
This week's Tech Center question comes from John, who writes, I recently got into the airplane side of the hobby and I'm having trouble with my landings. I bring in the plane and then I'm having a hard time controlling it on the way down and it's very jerky. How can I smooth it out so I have more successful landings? Well, this is happening here because your servos are a little bit faster than your ability, and it's easy to make overcorrections on your landings, and that'll give you that jerky action. To smooth things out and minimize over-controlling of the elevator, use Expo to make the stick less sensitive near the neutral point. A good place to start is with 30% Expo.
How does over $2,000 worth of prizes sound to you? Now have we got your attention? Well then, head to modelairplanenews.com/precision sweeps and enter in the Precision Aerobatic Sweepstakes. There will be a total of 41 lucky winners, but one grand prize winner will get an ultimate AMR, which features revolutionary fiber fusion construction. It's an incredibly light electric biplane and is about 38.45 ounces, ready to fly. Be sure to enter today.
Here's Futaba's latest mid-range radio, the 3PMX. This 3-channel, 2.4 GHz radio system features an easy-to-navigate menu, plus functions such as dual rate, endpoint adjustment, and ABS braking. What makes this radio really stand out are its new features that have been designed with rock crawlers in mind. First up is a 4-wheel steering function that allows you to switch from 4-wheel steer to crab steer, or you can have it front steer only or rear steer only. All of this is activated by a button on the front of the radio. The other is a step third channel, and that's helpful for crawlers with big transmissions. You can set it up for 2 or 3 steps and adjust the servo throw to meet your needs. That feature is operated by a toggle switch on the front of the radio. For more information, be sure to check out the November issue of RC Car Action magazine. If you want a good laugh, check out the editors forums on rccaraction.com. Matt Higgins created a thread called Creative with Kevin Photo Contest. Forum regulars with some serious Photoshop talent have created some pretty interesting photos using my mug. If you got some skills, be sure to join in on the fun. Please keep it clean. Trust me, I've never looked better.
Remember to head to your local newsstands for the November issues of Radio Control Car Action and Model Airplane News.
You can also check out rccaraction.com and modelairplanenews.com for everything covered in this week's show.
Thanks again for joining us on the Radio Control Show.
And we'll see you next time.